what you're developing is not just a skill in developing control over, say, porn. It's actually also developing overall self-control for other things too. Hey, how are you? Yeah, we do this weekly. Okay.
About my alcohol use, I think it went hand in hand with porn use as well, because both of them were sort of escape. I would say that when I was drinking, I would lie to myself saying, oh, it's because, I want to go make friends, which of course, that's why everybody, has a cup or so. But in my case, it goes hand in hand with the self-control thing, because while I was using porn, I'm not having that discipline. And it would bleed into whenever I went out drinking, I would not stop. So now that I have right now I'm following the path pretty well. I'm not watching porn or anything. It's been pretty easy to just altogether. So they go hand in hand with me.
Yeah, you raise a really interesting point about self-control. A lot of the time you see people talking about changing behaviors or addictions or, trying to come up, and they say, oh, it's got nothing to do with self-control, which personally I think is baloney, absolute baloney. And I think one of the things, and I'd be interested, since we're talking about other things that can be compulsive, interesting to get you guys' feedback on this. The exercise of self-control, which is really using, the part of the brain, the frontal cortex, which, is where the decisions are made. If you're able to do it in one area, what you're developing is not just a skill in developing control over, say, porn. It's actually also developing overall self-control for other things too. What do you think about that? I mean, Luis, you were just sort of implying that, but I just wondered what the reaction of the other guys is. Do you think that exercising control over, say, porn makes it easier to exercise control over, anything else, gambling, video games, alcohol, whatever?
Even like with exercise, if you go into the gym, it'll help you. Well, in my case, I find that it gives me that extra push to keep going on that aspect too. So in a positive way too, it impacts.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I agree with that.
About the whole exercise thing for me is because I always have correlated alcohol with dehydration, because every time you drink, you get extremely dehydrated. And I watched this YouTube video. I mean, correct me if I'm out of whack here, but essentially they were saying when you have alcohol in your system, it takes about 4 days of you being off of alcohol to actually let your body absorb water and hydration properly. So I train martial arts all the time and stuff, and it's the last thing I want to do is be cramping on the mat and having to roll over to the side and die for a little bit, while my partner's what the heck is going on here? And so quitting alcohol and abstaining from alcohol has definitely just increased my overall drive to, work out and get my fitness level up and all that stuff. And I'm kind of just piggybacking off of Luis here. It just it makes things just, I don't know, a little bit more clear, of what your goals are and how to fulfill them. Because when you're drinking alcohol and stuff, the next day you're all foggy, you told yourself when you were drunk, oh yeah, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna run a couple miles. You're not. Yeah, it's just it's like a reset. That's what alcohol is for me. It's like a reset of your baseline medicating your insecurities, whatever it is. It brings all that stuff back up to the surface for me, and it's easier just to keep sober and keep on that train.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I also think there's a sort of neurological basis to that. I mean, again, when you are practicing self-control, you are practicing resisting, right? And the more you practice a behavior, the more you are capable of doing it because your brain changes to adapt to that. So, when you are trying to exercise self-control with exercise, you're actually also potentially improving your general self-control in other areas. So it's not one-to-one totally correlated, but it does influence it because you are changing your brain. And I think that's important to recognize that when you are trying to change a behavior, an addiction, something you've been doing for many years, it's not just about breaking that habit, it's about building self-control, I believe.
Whenever you're ready, here are 4 ways that Porn Reboot can help you out for free. The first way is to subscribe to our channel and make sure that you click on the notification bell to get a new video every other day. The second way is to actually get a free copy of my book, Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men, where you'll learn about my personal struggle and the lessons I learned over the past 14 years, as well as get strategies for putting together your own personalized reboot plan and ending your compulsive behavior with pornography or masturbation. So click on the link in the description below this video to get the free ebook. And thirdly, if you're not sure where you'd like to start, but you'd like to learn more about my team and I, or you'd like to spend time with more like-minded professionals like entrepreneurs, business owners, men who work in sales or consulting or high-level jobs, men who are controlling their behavior, then join our free and confidential group, the Porn Reboot group on Facebook. There's also a link to join the group in the description below this video. And finally, if you need our help right now because you have a burning issue, it's an emergency. Your behavior with pornography is hurting you mentally. You're about to lose your relationship and you want to live up to your potential or be an authentic man and free yourself from shame, guilt, and underachieving, then click on the link in the description below this video that actually says free coaching call, or visit elevatedrecovery.org and click on the link which says book a call.